wanted to tell you about this documentary idea I had. Tell me what you think about this. It's called A Documentary About a Guy Named Jeff. That's what it's called. But this is my pitch. This is my elevator pitch. So it's literally a camera crew scours the internet of America. We try to find the most normal guy in America. So the guy.
Sorry, this is my floor. I gotta get off now.
Idea sucks. I gotta get off.
Hey, go. All right, I gotta go to work.
Like you find the most boring normal guy. So you find the guy who's like the most medium age of the country, right? You find the guy who has the most normal name, like Jeff Smith or something like that. And you find a guy who has like 2 kids, like a boy and a girl, like very, very normal, like as normal as possible. And then you just make an entire documentary about him. Like he has like the most normal blood pressure, he has like the most normal car, the most normal house, the most normal income.
He's got to have one of those like nasal voices though. Yeah, I think we're doing really good today, guys.
It's got to be like, I'm trying to think, what's the most normal job? I don't know, like an accountant or like a school principal, maybe. I don't know.
Would be no, well, actually, I would have to say it'd probably be Walmart technically. Because doesn't Walmart employ the most people in America?
Yeah, so a manager at Walmart named Jeff. If you're out there, manager at Walmart named Jeff that lives, I'm trying to think of the most boring normal state, maybe Delaware. Delaware is a pretty boring normal state.
I feel like Iowa's
pretty boring and normal.
I like
some place that's not too snowy but not too hot either. It's kind of like it's normal. It's in the middle. Everything's in the middle. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Missouri.
Someplace, yeah. Well, no, Missouri likes meth a little too much for it to be normal.
Yeah, they're on the negative side of the scale.
So no, and I was gonna say Kansas is pretty perfect, but I think Kansas, I don't know. Kansas has tornadoes. That's the one thing. Kansas does have other things too. I feel like you'd have to pick a state that's more boring. Like, what does Iowa have?
Des Moines.
Exactly. Did you just prove my point? They have the quad cities.
The Quad Cities, which is so dumb that they even call them Quad Cities, because Olathe is bigger than any 4 of those little cities. I don't know if you know that.
Hyping up the Quad Cities when we were on the bus. We were like talking to him. We were like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm from the Quad Cities. That's where I'm going right now." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And he's like, "Yeah, dude." He kept on saying Quad Cities like that was like impressive.
Well, that's like they love that. Because they're the only ones that have like the 4. Because the problem is that all of the population congregated around that one area, and what usually happens is one of them gets bigger and becomes a metropolitan area, and then just all the rest of the towns become suburbs of the one bigger town that becomes a city type of thing. But for some reason, they just like, no, we're our own thing, and then no, we're our own thing, and then they're all just kind of like 4 big cities.
Yeah, I'm assuming the Quad Cities. I don't know for sure because I don't know where they're located on the map, but I'm assuming something must separate them.
So 2 are on one side of the border of Iowa, and then 2 are on the other side.
Yeah, I was going to say
2 of them aren't even in Iowa.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Because I can't imagine. I mean, they're natural barriers. So, like, what?
I think Illinois. I think it's 2 are in Iowa and the 2 are in Illinois.
Yeah, but like St. Paul and Minneapolis, right? They're separated by a river, right? I think.
Minnesota and Wisconsin, which I think has a border with a river. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wait, St. Paul's not in Minnesota. I thought it was St. Paul. I thought St. Paul was in Minnesota.
St. Paul, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So that's my point though, is that those are 2 really big metropolitans though, and they're literally separated by something. Yeah, that's why they're traditionally 2 separate cities.
And people in St. Paul usually root for the Vikings too, which is kind of funny, even though they're in Wisconsin, because they're so much closer to Minneapolis.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, come on. Green Bay is the coolest team. Like, I like Green Bay has that old like regalness, and they're literally in Green Bay. We need more Green Bay teams.
I wish that they would go to another city and have a new name and new colors, and then no one would care about it anymore. I wish that would happen so bad, and then we could just turn the Green Bay Stadium into like a museum just forever. And
for the Vikings Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw a meme that said the Vikings hate the Packers so much that they refuse to win a Lombardi trophy.
Yeah.
But would you ever make that documentary about a guy named Jeff?
Yeah, we should do it. Let's do it.